Your family is in danger if you ignore this shocking truth. Stay tuned as we dive into the story. Ojuk was a quiet young boy from a small village where everyone knew everyone. He was raised in a home where privacy was not respected, and adult behavior was often displayed openly, even when children were present. As he grew, Ojok witnessed things no child should ever see. His parents, uncles, and aunts behaving in ways that confused him. With no one to explain right from wrong, he began to copy what he saw, thinking it was normal. His behavior slowly changed. He started showing unusual interest in girls, even those close to him. At first, the community thought it was just childish curiosity. But soon, people began to notice that something was seriously wrong. Mothers grew concerned. Whispers spread through the village. Ojok's actions were not ordinary, and many wondered what had led him down that path. Watch till the end, subscribe, follow, like, and share. What happened next will shock you. One quiet night in Obalanga village, the sky was full of stars, but Ojok's small house was full of strange sounds. The family shared one room. No curtains, no privacy, just one big bed for the parents and a thin mat for Ojok near the corner. He was supposed to be asleep, but his eyes were wide open, and his ears sharper than a village gossip. Suddenly, Daddy whispered, "Baby, come here." Mummy giggled and replied, not when the boy is here." Daddy said, "He's fast asleep like a dead log." Little did they know, that dead log was Ojok hiding under his bedsheet like a spy, peeping through a small hole he had poked earlier. His own secret cinema. Daddy lifted Mummy like a sack of millet, and they rolled on the bed laughing, whispering, "Don't bite me, oh, and you're heavy like yam harvest." Ojok didn't understand everything, but he understood enough. The next day, while playing with neighbor kids under the mango tree, Ojok stood up proudly and said, "Let's play Mummy and Daddy." The kids looked at him, confused. "Okay, you, Sarah, you'll be the mummy. Me? I'll be Daddy." Then he lifted Sarah and dropped her on the ground gently, saying, "This is how Daddy does it." Everyone burst out laughing. One boy shouted, Ojok! "Is that how Daddy plays?" Ojok grinned. "You don't know anything. That's how real daddies play at night." From that day, the whole playground turned into a funny theater. One child would say, "My turn to be Daddy," and another would yell, "No! Let me be Mummy this time." Even little Aguero, the shy girl who never talked, said, "I want to carry someone too." It became so dramatic that even their games changed names from hide and seek to Mummy and Daddy Olympics. But as the game got stranger, one mother passing by saw what they were doing and shouted, "Jesus is Lord. What are these children playing? Is this wrestling or marriage?" Everyone froze. What happened next? Who told who? Was Ojok in trouble? Watch till the end, subscribe, like, share, and follow. Because what happened next will leave your mouth open. The moment the lady shouted, "Jesus is Lord." What are these children playing? Is this wrestling or marriage? All the children scattered like dry leaves in the wind. But not Ojok. No, Ojok stood boldly, hands on hips, and said with a proud smile, "Auntie, it's called the Mummy and Daddy game. That's what they played last night at our house. I saw it live. Mummy carried Daddy like a frog, jumping on the bed like they were in a swimming pool." The woman gasped, "What?" Ojok wasn't done. He added, "Then Mummy started shouting, 'Don't stop, don't stop!' And Daddy said, 'It's sweet like honey.'" He paused dramatically, then continued, "Auntie, I was under the bed sheet watching everything. Even when Mummy said, 'More, more,' I was awake. Oh, my eyes refused to sleep." The woman dropped her basket in shock, almost stepping on her own slippers. "Jehovah, this boy is a full newspaper." But before she could ask more questions, little Aguero, the tiniest, quietest girl in the group, sprinted away like her feet were on fire. She ran all the way home, burst into the kitchen where her mother was stirring posho, and shouted, "Mummy, Mummy, Ojok has put a snake from his daddy into my susu." The wooden spoon fell, the posho burned. Her mother turned like lightning and asked, "He did what?" Aguero, catching her breath, explained with her hands flailing, "We were playing Mummy and Daddy game. He said I should lie down. Then he brought out something like a small snake. It came from his trousers. He said that's how Daddy gives Mummy sweet. Then he tried to put it in my susu. I ran. The mother dropped the pot. Chai, I am finished. Whose child is this Ojok? Is he a small boy or a small devil? Just then, Ojok strolled happily into the compound, eating ground nuts like nothing happened. He saw Aguero and waved, "Hi, my mummy," then turned to her mum and added, "Good afternoon, mummy-in-law," Aguero's mother screamed. "Today I must boil this boy like cassava." Ojok blinked. "But mummy, we were just playing. That's what daddy does." "I want to be a good daddy too." The compound exploded in chaos. But this was just the beginning. Stay tuned for the next part, because what happened after will make your ribs hurt from laughter. Subscribe, like, share, and tell your neighbor. Ojok's story is not yet over. The next morning, Agueros' mother was still fuming like a kettle on hot stones. She marched straight to Ojok's compound with Aguero dragging behind, ready to report everything. She met Ojok's father outside, peacefully sipping tea like a man with no scandal in the world. She didn't even greet. "Your son is turning our village into a small Sodom and Gomorrah." Ojok's father blinked. "Huh?" She launched into the full story. How Ojok tried to turn her daughter into a married woman. How he brought out a baby snake, and even quoted him saying, "It's sweet like honey." Ojok's father nearly choked on his tea. "My Ojok? That boy can't even wash his underwear well." "You better ask him," she snapped. "He said he learned everything from you and his mother on the bed." Ojok's father laughed nervously. Children of nowadays have wild imagination." "Imagination ko, abomination ni," she shouted, storming off. Later that day, Ojok was sitting on the veranda when his friend Sarah came over with a skipping rope. But Ojok had bigger plans. He marched inside and told his mother, "Mummy, I'm going to do my holiday package. Sarah will help me with some number work." His mother smiled proudly. "Good boy, but don't dirty the house, oh." "Yes, Mummy," he saluted. The moment the coast was clear, Ojok led Sarah straight to the bedroom, Daddy and Mummy's very own battlefield. They sat on the bed. Ojok gave Sarah a shy look and asked, "Do you remember our Mummy and Daddy game?" Sarah blinked, hugged her skipping rope tighter and said, "I don't know you." Ojok leaned in like a film director whispering a secret. "I'll remind you." Then, like a true actor, he lay on the bed and said, "Baby, oh, come here." Sarah giggled. "What kind of baby?" Ojok replied, "The sweet kind." "Now you carry me like how my mummy carried Daddy like a wheelbarrow." She tried, failed, and both of them fell on the bed laughing. Then Ojok added, "You must say it too. Say it's sweet like honey, just like Mummy said." Sarah covered her face. "You're crazy." But minutes later, both were bouncing on the bed, repeating lines like, "Don't stop, baby." More. You're heavy like cassava bag." Meanwhile, the bed was creaking like it was reporting them directly to heaven. And just as the fun reached full blast, footsteps, big ones, approaching. Who was it? What did they hear? The bed wasn't the only thing shaking. Stay tuned, like, share, follow, and prepare to laugh till your stomach hurts. Ojok's drama is just getting started. Daddy Ojok was returning home early that afternoon, whistling joyfully with a bunch of ripe bananas in one hand and dreams of a peaceful nap in his head. But peace was not on the day's menu. As he opened the door, he heard giggles, strange giggles. He tiptoed like a village spy and pushed the bedroom door open. What he saw nearly sent him straight to heaven without notice. Ojok was standing by the bed, shirt halfway off, face dripping with sweat, and Sarah on the bed holding her cheeks in shock. The bed looked like it had just survived a village earthquake. "Ojok!" Daddy screamed, dropping the bananas so hard they flew in 5 directions. Ojok froze. Daddy? I can explain. We were just laying bed." Daddy blinked. "Laying what?" "Laying bed makes people sweat like you're chasing a goat?" Ojok started stammering like a faulty radio. Daddy, I was just doing that sweet game you always play with Mummy at night." Pin drop silence. Even Sarah's heartbeat paused. Daddy staggered backward like a drunk chicken. "Game? Which game?" Ojok looked down. "The one where you say, 'Come here, baby.' And Mummy says, don't stop, it's sweet. Daddy's face turned to firewood. His hands were shaking like he was about to baptize Ojok with hot slap. But instead, he took a deep breath, looked at Sarah and said, Sarah, go home before I report you to your ancestors. Sarah vanished like smoke. Then he turned to Ojok and asked, my son, is this how you want to end your childhood career? Ojok knelt down quickly, tears forming. Daddy, I'm sorry. I thought I was learning from the best. Daddy sighed heavily, sat down, and wiped his face. Listen, my son, what grown-ups do is not for children. You're not supposed to watch, talk, or even breathe near those things. That's how village madness begins. Ojok sniffled. Forgive me, Daddy. Daddy nodded slowly. I forgive you. But if you ever try this again, I will send you to your grandmother's village where even dogs wear trousers. Luke 12:3. What you have said in the dark will be heard in the daylight, and what you have whispered in the inner rooms will be proclaimed from the rooftops. Everything done in secret eventually comes to light. Even Ojok's small eyes became the rooftop where their secrets shouted. Guard your actions around children. They may be small, but their memory is bigger than your conscience. Marriage is sacred. If you dishonor it, your mango may land you in firewood. Don't underestimate a child with a memory and a password. Ojok turned Auntie Flo's game into a weapon. Don't miss the next crazy chapter. Like, follow, share, because what happens after the church scandal will make heaven press pause.